Guys, in case you're new to this channel, my name is Hamad Benaicha. I'm the founder of Anduit.ca. In this channel, I talk about MacBooks repairs, everything to do with MacBooks. I'm located in Toronto, Canada, downtown next to the CN Tower, and I have been in the business for over 20 years. I'm also an Apple certified technician, and I only fix MacBooks, nothing else. So if you haven't done it yet, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Well, hi guys, Hamad Benaicha here. Bonjour les amis francophones. Today we're going to work on the MacBook Pro, a model A1708. It's a MacBook Pro 13-inch. We're going to replace the battery. As you can see here, when you look over here, when you click on the icon of the battery, it says service battery. And if you go here to the system information and the power, it shows you the cycle count, which is fairly low. And also say here condition service battery and the full charge capacity, which is at 3000. Okay. This MacBook Pro I've had in the past some liquid damage, and unfortunately for the user, he told me that he saw my video on YouTube about what to do, what not to do for liquid damage, which should show on your screen, on top of your screen there where the arrow is pointing. I highly suggest you watch it, and he told me he followed the advice and nothing happened to the MacBook, and everything is still working perfectly, except now after 3 months the battery shows service battery, which is probably unrelated. But anyway, make sure you watch that video. So okay, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna remove the battery. I'm gonna show you step by step on how to do it properly, and yeah, we go from there. So I'm gonna shut this machine down, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove the back cover. Okay, so first thing first, always unplug the battery. Okay, now next what we're going to do, we're going to remove the board, okay, with the logic board. So to stay organized, I always use one of those compartments, okay, and we'll put all the screws. So that will be the battery, okay. Now it's a bit easier when you look for the screws, you know where they go. So that would be the trackpad. So be careful when you remove the trackpad, be very gentle. Some people that's so rough. So take your time with both fingers, play with it if you have to. There you go, until it comes out. The reason why I'm saying that, because some people come here, they rip the connector here, and then it's not that easy to put a new one, especially if the pads comes out. So be very careful with that, especially that one, okay? And same with this one too. So we're gonna go remove the screws. go. unplug the antenna here, remove this cable. Okay, almost done. So now we're gonna remove this. Okay, now when you remove you also have to remove the LCD here. When you remove the logic board, always be gentle. Okay, especially you don't want to use screwdriver to slip and damage the board. So take your time. I've replaced so many now, so for me it's slightly easier. But take your time, don't rush, because replacing the battery shouldn't be a reason to create a new problem. So the LCD cable is off, the battery, pretty much everything is off. No, so again, be gentle. If for some reason it doesn't come out, it's because something is still plugged in, so don't force it. Whatever you do, it has to be very easy. It has supposed to come out very easily like this, okay? And then when you put your logic board, put it somewhere safe, okay? And make sure you run your hand wherever you want to put it, especially you put it on a table that there is no water, okay, or liquid of any kind. So very gentle, and also be careful with the edges. You don't want to knock any components off, okay? So the logic board is off. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna need this cable back. So remove it, okay, from here, from the old battery, because the new one doesn't come with it. And then you have two more screws over here from the old battery. Okay, after that, it's straightforward to remove the battery. Okay, so now removing the battery for this model. Okay, I have pretty much a video for each different models, but for this particular model, it's fairly easy. There's those two areas, you don't really have to worry about nothing. There's no cable, nothing running underneath, okay? There is also these edges over here. You'll see when I use the spatula, you don't have to worry because it's like within his own case, okay? The one that you have to worry about is this one over here. So what I use to do that, I use this spatula over here, okay? And I use alcohol, okay? 99% alcohol. Okay, so so I put a little bit on the tip, and if it doesn't come out, I just spray some over here, okay? But this model is so that really too hard to remove. You have to find the first. There you go. Once you're in, that's it. Okay, done. So as you can see, there's three the double tapes. Okay. So when I do, I go 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, and then it comes out easily. Or you can also go like that. The good thing when you have this video, you can always refer to it, and you can know roughly where to use the spatula. Okay. And as I said, in this area, really there's nothing you can do wrong except this, but it's very, very hard to scratch this cable over here. So if you go straight like that, it's fairly straightforward, and there is, as I mentioned, this like a wall, if you wish, okay? So you protect, you cannot damage the speaker.
and it's the same for this side over here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of alcohol, put some on the tip, and again same thing. Okay, there you go. And then that's the most challenging part, is this, the middle one, this part over here. So the good thing is that the board is out, so we don't have to worry about scratching anything on the board. So you're just gonna have to find a way in, okay, on the edges over here. Now you have to be careful because the trackpad is right underneath. You don't want to scratch the trackpad, okay? And I will show you there's squares that you can avoid. So what I usually do, I just go through I just use the spatula to go on the edges over here, and that's pretty safe. Okay, once I have some room, you can try to go this way if you can. You can take your time. I mean, it looks probably easy when I'm doing it because I've done so many. And then you can always lift like that. Once you have enough room, you can lift to see. There you go. So what you want to avoid is this, because some people go like this and then they go in and they scratch those components and then they have to replace the trackpad. Okay. So yeah, if you can avoid that, you'll be good. Okay, now for the remaining of the double tape over here, so you can either remove it or you can even leave it if it's really flat, like in this one in particular one. If there is edges like that, no, remove it. But if it's flat, cut flat like that, you can keep it. It doesn't really matter. The good thing about this battery, unlike the other batteries for this model, the double tape on it is pretty big. It pretty much cover all the cells, so you don't need to add any extra double tape at the bottom. So this one is fine, I can leave it. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of videos, not just on replacing batteries, but also how to fix liquid damage, how to fix, logic boards, pretty advanced stuff. So make sure, if you're not subscribed, to subscribe to the channel. That would be helpful for me too, and I can continue making videos. Okay, now I'm gonna do some here. Okay, so I'm gonna speed up the video because you don't wanna just watch me doing that, wasting time. So I'll be back after. I'll get back to normal speed after removing it, or finishing removing those. Okay, so now we're gonna put in the new battery. Okay, so here's a new battery. Okay, so take it out. Okay, so this battery I already tested, and I already tested on my tester. As you can see, there's the double tip is already there, so it's all good. Okay, so as I said, I already tested it, so I know this is a good battery. Normally, what you would have to do, preferably, you would plug in the battery temporarily. Okay, let me show you how I would do it actually. Let's pretend you didn't tested it. So I will put the battery. I will not remove the tape yet. Okay, let me show you what I would do if I didn't test it. So still plug in the battery. Put the screws back. So, and then I'll put the board back. I just put a couple of screws so the board doesn't move, and then I will test the battery. So I'm just going to show you. Okay. So before you do that, make sure your MacBook is fully backed up. Oh, I think I missed the keyboard there. Cable is underneath, so you have to remove the screws. And again, never force anything if something is missing or wrong. Take your time. Never force the board. There you go. Because a small problem can become a huge problem. So take your time. Again, what I was saying about the always make sure you back up your MacBook before you have it serviced, whether it's you or by somebody else. Always. Okay. Luckily enough for this model, I mean, something go wrong, the hard drive is still removable. That's one of the last models where you can remove the hard drive and recover the data. Okay, with the newer models, you can no longer do that. So be very careful. If the machine no longer turns on, not in this case, but on the newer model, if the machine no longer turns on, you can never recover the data. And that's from 2018 and newer machines. So I'm just giving you some advice. Okay, so there you go. The LCD, plug in the Wi-Fi. Again, don't force it, just take your time. There we go. Okay, so we're good to go. So now we're gonna test the battery. So I need to plug in the cable that I removed earlier. Okay, it needs to go back in. Because as I mentioned, the new batteries don't come with cables. So you have to take it from the old one. So we're gonna put back the trackpad. So before putting removing the cover here to glue the battery back, usually I would always test it first. So that's what I'm about to do. And then if all is good, you look at the numbers, the battery is detected, if the battery is charging, the battery is good, then I would remove this, glue it, and then finish putting back the screws. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, so as you can see here, if you go to power, okay, cycle count 2, I already tested it twice. Okay, so for condition normal, the other one says service battery, the other one was at 3000. For charge capacity is almost 5000, so it's all good. So now I'm gonna shut it down again. I'm gonna show you how to put the rest of the screws. Okay, so what we want to do, again, first thing first, we want to unplug the battery again, because we don't want to, because now the board is live, we don't want to drop the screwdriver on the board while the battery is charged. It's plugged in, you're gonna have problems. So now that this is done, okay, we're good. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna again remove the trackpad. Now we're gonna remove this to glue it. So you might want to push a little bit farther this way, okay, like I did, so there is room for the cable. Otherwise, if you let it go all the way, the trackpad cable won't reach anymore. Okay, so just be careful with that. Once you put, especially once you plugged in, you glued the battery. Same thing over here. Okay. Then you can press, and finally that one, and you can press. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna put back all the screws, and we're good to go. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you need help with your MacBook, you can mail it in as long as you're in Canada. I explained at the end of the video how to proceed with the shipping. It's fairly easy. So basically now what we're doing, we're just doing the reverse of what we did before. Those are the most challenging one, those two over here. There you go. I find myself anyway, not challenging, but just they always don't want to go in easily. Okay, almost done. Okay, that's the screw here. That can be there. Okay, not here. Never mind. Okay, so this is it, and then you plug in the battery back at the end, put in the cover back, and you're good to go. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks.
The process is very easy, whether you're located in Toronto or anywhere in Canada. Just visit andoit.ca, click here to get a quote, or you can also click on the menu here, get a free quote. It's the same link. There is 9 different categories, so try to select the one that best apply to you. In this example, I'm just going to click on my screen is black, and let's assume my screen goes black when I tilt it. So you can either get a free quote online, or you can also call if you prefer. For this example, I'm just going to click on get a free quote, fill up the form, and just click on submit form. When you click on submit form, this is what I receive on my end, and as you can see, we do receive a lot of requests. Actually 90% of our business is shipped to us now from all over Canada, so you can rest assured that we know what we're doing. So I read it, analyze it, and then I send an email with a quote with all the options to the client. And if you decide to ship it, you just click here to select your shipping option, and then you'll receive a shipping label. As soon as your MacBook is fixed, you will receive an email with pictures showing your MacBook repaired, your invoice, and how to proceed with the payment by credit card. As soon as the payment is made, we'll send it back to you. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to receiving your MacBook. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know, share it, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video.